Hey, Glowgetters. Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Chi Chi of Orange Glow, and today, as you can tell by the title, we are talking about 5 things that I stopped doing to dress confidently, and I'm hoping that these tips will help you in dressing better as well. Okay, so without any long talking, let's get into it. Okay, actually, let me tell you why I'm even doing this. I saw a girl that I follow on YouTube. Her name is Little Miss JB Styles. I'll leave her page and her info on the side here. I happened to watch a video and she talked about like 10 things she stopped doing to that helped her dress confidently and things like that. And I was like, the things that she's saying makes a lot of sense. And then I thought about the things that I've already stopped doing, and so I wanted to also share that with you. Hopefully these tips are helpful, and it's good to make one step at a time, to make a difference, because everything is not overnight, right? Rome was not built in a day, and the walls of Jericho did not fall down. It fell down in one shot, but it took 7 days, all right, for the people to walk around. If you know, you know. So these tips are meant to be practical and implemented one step at a time. Okay, so the first thing I stopped doing to enhance my dressing is stop tearing myself down, right? I stopped tearing myself down. What does that look like? How many times have I spoken to you guys and I've said to y'all, like, man, all right, that I've gained some weight and I'm one size up from the previous size. Like, I've been a size 12 for I don't know how many years. I mean, literally like 20 years, right? And then in the last 3 years, I've gone up to a size 14. And the gag is that I was buying 14 so that I can have a looser fit, and now it's just tight. You know what I'm saying? And the bellies is just out. You see what I did there? Like, I I told some fact and then I made fun of myself. That's tearing myself down, right? It doesn't matter. It should not be a highlight to anybody or to yourself, the imperfections, right? How can you work around it? You can easily put on something and say, man, I really like, again, I put on high waist pants because I know I have a big belly. If I am not making the commitment to go to the gym and moving my body every day, or what else, just making movements to exercise, then okay, I know that I have to now find another way. I'm not saying, oh, just let yourself go. No, no, no. Don't mix me. What I'm saying is find ways to not let your insecurities get the best of you. So like I told a joke just now about my belly being big, right? So I wear high waist pants because that hides my fupa, my belly, whatever the case may be. I like to wear A-line skirts or slip skirts because, again, it glides over my midsection and my thighs. It's not body hugging. I don't feel constricted. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, my muffin top is out here, the back roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, so fine. Even if it comes to the arms, you're like, ooh, I like this shirt because it covers the section of my arms. You get what I'm saying? So first thing is stop tearing yourself down. Find ways to, if it's an insecurity or imperfection, find ways to work around it. Okay? Second one. This one was a challenging one. Accept the compliment. Go ahead. I'm going to let it marinate. Accept the compliment. What do I mean? If somebody came up to you today and was like, oh, girl, I like that. Oh, I know I got some guys up in here. So like, oh, yo, bruh, you really wearing that suit. You know what I'm saying? If they came up to you and said that, you gonna say what? Thank you. You are going to say thank you and then clench your teeth with a smile. You see how I'm talking with my teeth? Exactly. That's what you're going to do, to close your mouth and not say another word. Because we're so tempted to say, oh, this old thing, I just pulled this out. Finding an excuse to downplay the compliment, if that makes sense. Like, oh my gosh, thank you, but, like there's a but or something. Just say thank you. And for some of us, it's hard to receive it. I know it was for me. I can't explain why. I can't even tell you why it was hard for me to receive. I give compliments easily. Like, I love to give compliments. I like that it makes people feel good hearing a compliment, Maybe that could be a highlight of somebody's day. That's how I think of it. But on the other end, to receive compliments, it's like, why is this such a challenge? Just say thank you. And that's it. Smile and go about your day. You don't have to think of a million excuses as to why you have to receive the thank you. It's a compliment. Take it and go. All right. Another thing that I stopped doing, number 3, what I stopped doing to enhance my dressing was to stop wearing clothes that doesn't fit. Now, you might be looking in your closet and seeing loads of clothes that used to fit, and you're waiting for a time that you're going to lose that weight, and it has not come. Look at me. I have items. Well, no, I'm lying. I got rid of it, but I had items that were in my closet that were still size 12s. And again, it's been 3 years later and I have not gone back down to a size 12. Okay. So why am I emphasizing that? Because if I have not made the active, if I have not made the active commitment, right, with consistency to lose the weight or get down in size, then why am I still holding on to something that reminds me of what used to be, right? That also, listen, y'all, this can apply to things all around. Things that don't fit, that don't resonate with you anymore, that you've outgrown, right? Whether it be, you can apply, we're applying this to clothes because that's what we're talking about, but you can see this in many different aspects of life. This goes with friends, this goes with jobs, this goes with anything that you can relate it to in your day to day. Things that that no longer fits you, fits your mindset. You have to let go of things that you've outgrown, friends that you've outgrown. There's a time where you have to just step away. You can remember, you're going to hold on to the memories. You're going to hold on to the things, the highlights of what was, right? But if you're constantly thinking of what used to be and what is now, and it doesn't fit, it's not the same, then, it's time to really start considering, is it worth keeping it right now? Okay. I don't know why I said it that way, but somebody needed that analogy, and that was you. And me too. That was you and I. We needed it. Okay. And so stop wearing things that don't fit. You just have to close your eyes, get rid of it, and make room for something else to come in. All right. It is, it's hard to get rid of things that has sentimental value. It's hard to get rid of things that brought joy, right? However, if you don't get rid of it, you are holding up space for something new to come in. You are holding up space for new garments, new blessings, new everything. And you will not know what joy, what other sentimental value this new item can bring if you're still holding on to the old one. Okay? So I know I might have digressed, but I say all that to say, find clothes that fit you and fit you well, that you will put on and feel so confident and feel so beautiful that you don't even want to take it off. That you put it on to try it on, but you find yourself just walking around the house with it like, oh my God, this really feels good. I really like how it looks. Like, this accentuates my shape. This really covers all of the things and it's not hugging me, you will feel so good that you do not want to take off the garment. That's how it should feel when you get something that fits you. Okay. So rule number, well, not rule, but tip number 3, get rid of the things that do not fit. Okay. Oh, this one is a good one. Tip number 4. And I used to be so guilty of this because I would put on something and I would naturally like how it looked on me. Especially for me, I love to wear colors. Maybe we'll get into that some other time, but I love to wear colors, and the way I pair things can be very loud and bright. And so I would, again, I like it. I like how it looked, but I'm always asking, oh, do you think this looks good? You think this looks right? Like, so I would ask my husband and he would be like, it's all right. Maybe if you change something, and then I'll be like, well, I don't want to change it. I like how it looks. So he'll be like, so what'd you ask me? What'd you ask me for if you knew you wanted to wear that? And I'd be like, cause I just wanted to know what you thought. And so that would make me think like, should I have changed it? And there would be a time where I would change it and I would be uncomfortable with the change of clothing because something wasn't right. Like it didn't fit what I had in my mind compared to leaving what I already, going with what I had on. And then I'll walk outside and somebody be like, wow, I like what you put on. Oh, you look nice. Or this looks good. And that's happened so many times. Like I'll ask my husband like, oh, what you think? And he'd be like, it's all right. It's all right. Maybe you could do. And I'd be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And he will, well, go ahead and go outside looking like that. But I'd like it and everybody else would too. So what am I saying? He even got to a point, he was like, why you keep asking me if all you're going to do is be like, nah, I want to wear that. Again, the point is not that I'm not going to ask my husband. I'm always going to ask him what he thinks. But the point is stop second guessing yourself, right? There are times where you have a vision of what you want to wear, but it doesn't look right for that day or whatever reason. Not that it doesn't look good. It didn't plan out right. That's a different story. But if you put pieces together, you like how it looks, you feel good in how it looks, and then you go ask somebody else like, what you think about what I'm wearing? And then they don't give you the feedback that you're looking for. You're going to be like, you're going to be salty, right? You're going to feel like, well, why she even say that anyway? Why'd you ask? How about that? Why did you open your mouth to find out what their opinion was? You didn't need validation. If you felt good, that was good enough. Because guess what? If you felt good, you're gonna look good, and that exudes the confidence that people will see. And again, yielding the compliments that you would get because you look and you feel good, right? So stop second guessing yourself. If you're gonna put it on and show stop the whole building. Okay? That's that. Last but not least, tip number 5 is don't try to fit in. And this was such a hard concept for me because even for growing up, I've always been different, right? I look different. My hair is like everything about me is different physically. Okay. And then trying to be, amongst the cool people, trying to fit in with what everybody else is doing. That was never me. And I'd find myself settling or dumbing down or doing something that's out of the ordinary just to fit into somebody else's box. And guess what? It never felt good. I always felt awkward. I always felt like, why am I doing this to myself? Like just a piece of you kind of like shatters, just trying to fit in. And it's not a good feeling. And then I've come to learn that you're not put in this world to fit into somebody else's box. You're not put in this world to fit fill somebody else's checklist. You're not put in this world to fit somebody else's box. You're not put in this world to be somebody else. God made you. Okay? You are the unique person that you are for a reason. If you were brought here to bring change, and that's exactly what you're going to do. I can't do what you do. I can't. I can't smile the way you smile. I can't tell jokes the way you tell jokes. I can't stand tall the way you stand tall, right? And you can't do what I do either. You know what I'm saying? We are not made the same. And so I say all that to say you were not put here to fit into somebody else's box. You create your own lane. Hence why fitting in doesn't always work for somebody. Like, again, for me, it never works for me. I always sat here and try to think, like, how come it just doesn't work? Like, trying to figure out the math and the science behind it. But there is none, because it just does not work. It doesn't work. That's what it is. That's the mathematical equation for you. It will not work, because you were not made to be somebody else. You were made to be you, and you alone. And so the way you are to stand out, and the way you are to bring joy to and light to somebody else's life, you don't dim that down for anything or anyone. Okay? If you have not heard this before, then I'll be the first to let you know that you should stand tall in who you are. Don't try to fit in somebody else's box, because that's not what you were made for. You were made for more. You were made for bigger. And guess what? You are limiting yourself. No, you create the lane that you're going to be in. That I will repeat. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your talents. Don't limit what is in store for you. Why? Again, this was not supposed, it sounds like it's preachy, right? But again, you needed to hear that. I needed to hear it too. Okay, so those are my 5 tips of dressing confidently. All right. And if you did not get a chance to check out my H&M haul, I'll leave it down here in the card so that you can also check that out. And until the next video, bye.